Hey guys, welcome back to Bonita Lifestyle Podcast, a space where you can find encouragement, new perspectives, maybe a good laugh, maybe a good cry. Welcome, guys. Welcome. On today's episode, I want to talk about what us women really find attractive in a man. And this is based on my perspective. I don't want you guys to think, oh, like she's too much. I mean, whatever. But I'm just saying because it could be a controversial kind of topic. But this is based on my perspective, my experiences, and yeah, just I feel like what women can find attractive in a man will look really different from a healed woman versus an unhealed woman, and I believe this goes the same like for men as well, because like I feel what makes a man attractive is not just looks. Like it's deeper than that. I feel like a healed woman is attractive to a man that she could feel safe to be in his presence. And by that I mean like really like, because I've met men where like I feel uneasy, and it's true when they say, you know, like you could feel like we could feel energy. Like you could feel when somebody's giving you a good vibe and when somebody is not, right? It's like it's true when we are like insecure about ourselves, when we are not confident, you know, maybe we have low self-esteem. I feel like a person like that radiates like not a good energy, right? I feel like, and you could tell like by the body language too. I feel like, because I remember like when I was younger, like I didn't know any better, and I used to think, you know, being attracted to somebody was only like in looks, and then like the other stuff came after, and some things do come after, you know. Like I do believe that like you have to be physically attracted to somebody at the beginning, because yeah, even though looks aren't everything, it does play a part. Like you have to be physically attracted to that person, even if only for you he or she is the most, you know, handsome or cute girl. I feel like that plays a big role, because sometimes we go through these like bad experiences with relationships, right? Where like then we think, oh, like I have to shrink myself because the kind of guy I like, they're assholes, or they're this or that. And that's another thing, like what we believe to be true. If we believe men are dogs, if we believe that there's no good men out there, if we believe that you can't trust men, if you believe all men are assholes, this and that, all that you believe to be true, you will experience that in your reality, because that's what you believe to be true. So I do believe in that, because I used to think the same way. I used to think that, well, based on my bad experiences, like when I was younger, I used to feel that I used to feel so like not valuable. I thought like, oh, like no man, because I was a single mom, I felt that no man could love me because I had kids. I used to believe that there wasn't somebody out there for me, that nobody would love me because I was a single mom, and that was like too much trouble. Like I felt like I was gonna give that person like make his life like inconvenient. Like for some reason I had like this really like small-minded, super like unworthy. I used to feel so unworthy. So like I do believe that now, where like what we believe to be true is what we are gonna experience. So I remember having those experiences. Like I would, you know, when I became a single mom, I didn't date right away because I was not. I felt like I wasn't in that headspace to do that. Plus, I felt like I was taking like time from my kids. So I remember like when I did try to date, since I had that negative or limited, belief around men, I would experience that. I would experience men that wouldn't appreciate me, and like I had like really negative experiences like that. So I thought because of that, I was like that proved to me that, oh yeah, like you see, like I would tell myself, like, you see, like that there's no, like, nobody's gonna love you because you're a single mom, because you have kids. Nobody's gonna want a woman with kids. So I kept experiencing that over and over until years later. I think it took me a long time, guys. It took me a long time to break out of that mindset that I was unworthy for being a single mom. So back then, like I was saying, like what I used to find attractive in a man was, yeah, it was looks, but then I didn't see it like anything deeper. I never realized how important it is, like a good personality, um, like a person you feel safe to be around, around with, like, because now I realize why I felt so insecure around certain men, because I didn't feel safe in my own like person. Like, it's weird. So I remember attracting men like that, or that only wanted me for one thing. I used to think, oh, like men just want that, and that's another limiting belief. I feel like there's a lot of good men out there. Now I think different. Like, now that I'm older, thank God, like I think different. I think that there is a lot of good men out there, just like there's a lot of good women. Because I used to think like, oh, like good women always get the men that are fucked up and they break your heart and they play with you, and like I had like this ugly like mindset around men, and that's why I experienced what I experienced with men. I wasn't able to keep a relationship because I didn't have a healthy relationship with myself and around what I thought a good man looked like. Like, I never thought that, because the way I thought things were, like, that I was actually creating that in my reality. So now it makes sense. Now a lot of things make sense. Now it makes sense why, like, I attracted the kind of men I attracted, and because, and what I went through, like the experiences I attracted to around friendships, because I also remember, carrying the limiting belief that there's no good friends out there, that they're only there for the good times, and when shit goes down, like, they disappear. And those things would also happen to me because I used to think that that's how friends are. But now that I think different, now that I that I like to that I choose to see like the good in people, the good in men, like you attract that more, because like I've attracted it more, because now I'm like, okay, like there is a lot of good friends out there, just like I'm a good person. That there is a lot of good men out there, just like I'm a good, girl, woman. Like, so now, like, my perspective around what makes a man attractive is way different from when I was younger. Like now, like I look deeper. Like for me, like what makes a man attractive, like I said, is like a person that you feel safe to be around with, that you feel like you could be yourself, that you feel that you could say anything and create like a really nice conversation without being judged or feeling humiliated, or like. And then also like a man that is confident in himself, like, makes him attractive too. Like, I feel that when a man is confident, they radiate that confidence without being cocky or overly nice. like, because there's some men that like they probably feel that they have to be overly nice, or you could tell they're like they're not confident in themselves because they feel if they act like themselves, like they're gonna be judged or something. I don't know. I feel like it. I don't know. It could be something deeper than that, but then also like a man that is emotionally intelligent, like that's attractive. A man that has a good, that is emotionally intelligent, that knows how to listen to a woman. And I feel like men that are like that are men that are in tune with their feelings. A man that knows when to step back, like if they're like emotionally not okay, like they'll express to you like, okay, you know what, like I'm not okay right now, like like I'm not, I don't want to like hurt your feelings or anything, but I'm going through something. And they could either open up to you or they could choose not to. But I feel like an emotionally intelligent man that does that, where like, okay, like they step back instead of making you feel like not wanted, but they're opening up, like, okay, you know what, like I'm not okay right now, like um maybe they're going through something, and they let you know, like, so that that they're still there, but they want to get themselves together before they, instead of projecting their pain, their insecurities, whatever they're going through, instead of like throwing it at your face, making it that it's your fault, or like shutting down. Like a lot of men shut down because they feel not heard, but I really believe that they feel that way because they're not in tune with their own emotions, to feel that their emotions are valid. And I feel like too, like because of the way that maybe like if you have like an old school parent that was really like hard on you, like, oh, like man up, like this and that, I feel like that has to that plays a big role in why a man will shut down, why a man, or like if they feel judged too, like if maybe they're being vulnerable, and then if they're dating a woman that's unhealed, they're gonna throw it back at them, like, oh my god, like just man up, like why are you even worried about that or this and that, instead of listening to them, opening up, letting them speak whatever they need to speak. Like men also need to speak their emotions. Men also need to speak like what they're going through. And I feel like a good woman would hold space for a man like that. And I feel like there's a lot of good men out there that do have good intentions, good feelings with women, but sometimes they do find themselves also like an unhealed woman that is not gonna hold space for them, is not gonna be good with them. Like it works both ways. And then another thing, like also like a woman that's emotionally intelligent is also gonna like, I believe that an emotionally intelligent woman will also not project her insecurities or her pain, whatever she's going through, on another man. When they're emotionally intelligent, they're gonna be like, you know what, like I'm gonna take a step back. I'm not okay right now, and I don't want to project my shit onto you. Like letting that person know, you know what, I care about you, but like I'm not okay right now to I'm not in a good space to be with you, or sometimes this is why like it's so important, like before starting a relationship, like really getting our shit together. Like this is why, like, I've been alone for a long time and I don't care. Like I feel so good with myself. I feel so good like in my company. Like I feel like I don't need somebody else to be happy. Like I don't need somebody else to complete me. Like I'm finally in this, and I thought like I was never gonna, like, I didn't know how being healed looked like, honestly. I just thought life was hard and chaotic. But I feel like when you have your shit together, like that makes you like it gives you like a better perspective in life. Like, okay, like shit could go bad, but that doesn't mean like life is over. Like you could struggle with something, but it doesn't mean life is over, and stuff like that. I don't know. So then another thing that I feel is attractive in a man is a man that takes initiative. Because sometimes, like as women, we want to be pursued. We don't like, and I'm talking about like a healed woman, because I feel too that there's like women out there, like if they're not healed, or they're not, confident with themselves, or I don't know, like there is women that do throw it out there, but they throw it out there in not a really like cute way. I feel like when you come across like needy, and this is for both men and women, like when it's like when somebody is needy of you, like your energy, or like they want you because they want you, or like it's cute to a certain level. But when once they get you, and if they're needy of you all the time, and it's like they want you to be solving their emotional problems all the time, or like when shit goes bad, they avoid you, they ghost you. See, like that's not a healthy thing, and that's what I don't like. That's like what I wouldn't tolerate in a relationship ever again, because I used to come across men like that, where like shit gets a little difficult, and oh shit, like all of a sudden they ghost you, they they pretend they're busy. I don't know, instead of talking things out. So I feel like that's why too, like I've become more like selective, even with just going out with anybody. Like I just don't do that anymore. I feel like no, like I have not found somebody yet that I could say, oh yeah, like sure, I'll go on a date with you. Like, because like I said, like a lot of men too, like there is a lot of good men, but then there's still some men out there that they want you to take the initiative. They want the girl to, I don't know. I don't find that attractive. I feel like if the man really wants to pursue you, he would. It's like when they say, like, if he really wanted to, he would. And it's true. Like, that I do believe to be true. Because I feel like sometimes, like, men want us to be like, I don't know. No, I don't even want to say this, because I feel like I'm not in a relationship to even say that what men really want. But but from what I see is what I'm saying, that a lot of men do feel like if the woman has to be like the man, like we could like one thing like about me that like sometimes I don't know. It's funny because I confuse, like for me, I confuse it backwards. Like when it comes to flirting and kindness, I confuse flirting with kindness. I think they're just being kind. They're just, and I've had friends where they're like, girl, he was totally flirting with you. And I'm like, no, he was just being kind. He's so nice. And then sometimes it goes the other way, where like you could be so overly kind, and they confuse it as flirting. And I get that a lot, where like I'm kind, I'm like I laugh a lot, like, and they confuse it as flirting, and I'm like, I did not mean it like that, but okay, I don't know. It could be a little confusing out there, but yeah, I feel like those are the things that I feel make a man attractive. And there's probably more, but I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh, and then a man that is family oriented, like a man that loves to be around their own family. A man that because like a man like that also is gonna show you that he's gonna be there, like creating a family with you. But if they're not okay with their own family, if they're always, beefing it, I feel like that plays a big role when they come and when they try to make a life with you. And I can say this because I had that problem with the with the last person I dated back in my 30s. He was not a good person. He was not a good son, like with his parents. The way he expressed himself about his parents and his siblings, always like cussing them out and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God, like that's not attractive. And I wish I could have seen that red flag earlier, and I could have, and I wish I could have seen that the way, because a long time ago, another thing before I continue with this, I remember when I was like 18 years old, this man told me, he said, he was an older man, but he was just trying to give me advice because I guess he saw me like young and, before, and he saw me dating somebody that he thought maybe wasn't going to be good for me. So he told me, he was like, the way you see like his family, the way you see how his family is at home and how he is with them is how he is going to treat you. And I was like, wait a minute. And I didn't believe it back then because I was madly in love, or not madly in love, but I was, in my puppy, what is it, puppy love era in those times. And I was young, like when you're young, like you don't listen to that kind of advice. You're like, yeah, like whatever, like you don't take it because, yeah, I mean, when we're young, that's how it is. Like, I feel like we follow more than advice. We learn from people that are actually, giving you a good example, like from people that actually have something good going on in their lives, to say, oh yeah, like I could listen to you because you're actually about what you say. You're not just giving me this advice, you're actually a good husband or a good, father, or a good this, so I was like, but now that I'm older, like I could say like that he was right in that in how that, like when you meet somebody, like how they are with their family, with their siblings, that's how they're gonna be with you and with what they create with you. So that's why now I'm like, okay, like I know what to look for. Like now I value like family even more for the same reason, because I'm like, okay, like what I value, like I want a person that values, things similar to me. I don't want to be, me having to change for anybody ever again. That's one thing that none of us should ever do, like changing yourself to fit in somebody else's life or anything. Like hell no. Like I feel like building a relationship is building trust, is building like a safe relationship, is building each other, not tearing each other down, like, oh, like holding things against each other, like, oh well, you did this and this and that, so like this is payback. Like I don't like that. That's not cool. Like when we have that kind of mindset around relationships, like it goes nowhere. It just, like building a strong relationship, like you really have to like have a strong foundation. Like, okay, like what are your values? Like know what are your values, like, family, like your me time, your priorities, because another thing, like letting go of yourself just to please another person or just to always be there, like it's not cool. Like I feel like when you find somebody that has their thing going on, and yes, like they take initiative and taking you out on dates and knows how to lead, like Amanda knows how to lead, I feel like that's very attractive, very very sexy, I would say. I feel like now I see things different because I didn't used to think of those things back in my young days. I was so immature, like I didn't know what a healthy, good relationship was. Like I had to go through all the heartbreaks I went through to realize what I find attractive in a man. I had to go through like a lot of heartbreak to realize what I'm never gonna settle for, what I'm looking for in a man, and first of all find it in myself. So I feel like we have to have that in ourselves to be able to attract somebody like that. I feel like we have to be the kind of person that we want to attract. Like now I actually believe in that. I didn't used to, but now I'm like, oh, it makes sense. I was toxic with my own self. That's why I attracted, toxic men or emotionally unavailable men. Like that's another thing. Like I used to attract emotionally unavailable men, and when they're emotionally unavailable, they are not like they're not gonna support you when you're going through something hard. As women, like we are very emotional, and when we're with somebody that's emotionally unavailable, we feel un unheard. We feel unseen. We feel like they don't care about us, but that's why first we have to really work on ourselves, and like value our emotions, value how we feel. Like yeah, like honestly, like now I see it that way. I used to I used to not know how valuable it is to be with somebody that values those kind of things, that holds space for you. Now I'm like, I don't want anything less than that. Like, and then another thing, like sometimes there's men that think it's attractive to like want to sleep with you like right away, instead of building trust with you first, instead of trying to really get to know you, instead of, I don't know, like I'm not about those kind of relationships. And like you would think sometimes because they're older, they're more mature, and it's not like that. Like one thing about me, like I'm 40 years old now, and one time I met a man that like it was a family, it was a friend from the family, and I remember him saying he was like 50 years old, and I was like, I remember like him hinting like he wanted to sleep with me. I was like, whoa, like what the hell? Like I thought like when they're older, they're more mature, like they don't throw themselves out there like that. I don't know. I thought it was so unattractive. I was like, what? Like I'm not even attracted to you, man, and that is not attractive. Like a woman, like seriously, I feel like a woman, this is why we don't open like good around men that only want that, because it's like really, like you just want me for that? Like no, like building like a relationship is more important. That is, yes, like part of the relationship, but it's not all of it. Like it's also like building trust with that person, so that you guys could share, because it's not always that people do that. And I feel like it's actually a bonus to when you build something nice with the person. Like when you are able to build something strong and beautiful with the person, I feel like that is just like cherry on top. Being able to connect with somebody on an emotional, mental, and physical level, not just physical. Like it goes deeper than that. Like I don't understand like why some people think like that, but it is not attractive. Don't do it. Don't. I mean, everybody to themselves, but that's one thing I've learned that I do not like. And that's why, like, now I understand why I never felt attracted to. Like, I thought there wasn't good men out there for the same reason. Because, like, I remember always, like men, like, right away, oh, that. And it's like, when I was younger, I used to think, is this really, like, what it's all about? So then I was, like, I really got, like, I got to think that, man, like, that if that's what it's all about, I don't want a relationship. I never want a relationship, because like who wants to do that all the time? And now I get it. It's because like I actually wanted to connect on a deeper level. I saw things from a different perspective. I saw that relationships are more than that. Like, and now I realize that being able to connect with somebody on an emotional and mental, level really is, that's even like creating something strong with that, like mentally, because you really want to like how they think, not just their body or their, that like falling in love with somebody from sex instead of from building something together, like building a strong, like a safe relationship where like both can feel good to be around, like that you don't feel judged, that you don't feel like, oh, like if I say something wrong, like she's gonna think I'm stupid or he's gonna think I'm stupid. No, like building a relationship where like you could be yourself and and feeling safe and confident to do that, like with somebody, I feel like it's so freaking attractive. That is what really is attractive. And then that's when the physical part becomes the cherry on top, because when you feel all those things, when you feel attracted mentally and emotionally to a person, that's when you're able to connect and open up in a better way when it comes to the physical, the sex part. Like it really does. I really believe that. And I rather believe in that than to believe that there's no good men out there, because just like like there's a lot of good women out there, there's a lot of good men. So I feel like let's focus on the good guys. That's another thing like I've learned. I've always been like really optimistic, but at some point in my life I did kind of lose it because of my bad experiences, but because I didn't know any better. And now I'm like, no, like whatever I believe to be true is what I'm gonna experience. So I rather believe in the good things, in all the like healthy stuff, like I don't know, like healthy relationship, like a healthy friendships, healthy, I don't know, healthy everything. Like I don't know, I become like a really, I don't know how to describe myself, but yeah, I feel like more, maybe because I'm more in tune with myself. I see things on a different level, like not just like mature level. Like yeah, like because I'm telling you, not because you're older means like I do feel more mature, but also like I don't know. Yeah, because I'm telling you, there's people that could be my age and they think way different. This is why, like, for me, it's like so more important to connect with somebody on a mental level. Like, yeah, be attracted to somebody that you're attracted to physically, but then also it's like, okay, like, don't think just because they look hot, they're what you think they are. Like you have to be like, all right, you may be cute, you may be hot, but let me go deeper here. Like, do I like the way you think? Do I like the way you see things? Like, I mean, do I like, yeah, like when you're able to share like similarities, like on a mental level, I feel like it's attractive, because it's like, oh, like really, you thought so too? Like when or when a person is okay, for example, like me, like I'm, yeah, maybe extra positive, or I like to be like super like that, and everything that like I find a lot of like things that motivate me, and I like to work a lot on myself. So if I were to find somebody that is also like that, I would be like super like shit, like attractive. Like I find that attractive when a man is working on themselves, and you could tell when they're working on themselves, because they have better conversations. They are, better to be around with. You feel, yeah, like dudes. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like that's what for me makes a man attractive. I don't know about you guys, but hopefully you guys found this episode interesting. I feel like I like these kind of conversations because like not a lot of people talk about it. Not a lot of people open up about these things. Or maybe they do, but since they don't record it and put it in a podcast, like I don't know I don't know these things. Like tell me guys, like what? Like I don't know. But this was a fun episode. And like I said, like I wanna like my intention for this podcast is to really create like a space where you guys can listen to like if you're going through something in your life, and my episodes can help you in some way, to uplift you, to give you hope, to change your perspective in something in life. I hope, and like I was saying, I hope it helps. My connection cut off, but I'm back. Yeah, like I just hope like whoever needs to hear this, or like maybe find it like a little bit like I don't know, just like a space where you guys can find encouragement, a good laugh, like I'm not like a person that knows it all, but from my experiences, I like to share like what I've learned, and then maybe teach you guys a different perspective, because I'm the kind of person that likes to see the good in everything. Like I like, that's my mentality, and I want to be able to share that with the world, honestly. Like I want to be able to keep learning more, and like in areas where like I can help others, because I see how humans struggle. I feel like they struggle a lot with, you know, with the victim mentality. They feel like they have to always be, defensive, and blaming people or circumstances for their life, for where they're at in life, and that's not the way it works. It's like we also have to take personal responsibility. Like what are we doing to be where we're at, and work on that. Like internal the internal work is really like the work. That's where it starts. Like we have to take like internal, like, just how we shower on the outside, we have to shower our inside. Like whatever doesn't work for us, or whatever we need to let go, you know so many things that we have to learn to let go. And like I said, I'm not perfect. There's a lot of things I have to still work on, and it's okay. Like that's why we're here, to learn and to grow. And yep. Well, thank you guys. If you guys stayed till like the end, thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. And yeah, see you guys on the next episode. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.